So Jamal Lascelles has come out and said that they should have gone more defensive against Manchester United. Are you having a laugh? That's the last thing that we want to see happen. Welcome to the Toon Review. Hi everyone and welcome to the Toon Review. My name is Paul and thank you very much for coming back to the channel. This week Newcastle United go to Wolves on the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, which is live on Sky. And well, are we confident? Are we not confident? Because certainly what's coming out from the players doesn't fill me with a lot of joy, I have to say. There's been quite a bit of a backlash to Jamal Lascelles' interview regarding being more defensive against Manchester United. I don't see how on earth we can be more defensive than what we did. Because when Man United scored, we just parked the bus. We didn't want to know. We didn't want to play any sort of football. We just wanted to get it and then hoof the long ball up the field trying to get on the break. Which meant that our skillful attacking players like St Maximin, etc. were literally non-existent. Couldn't get into the game because it wasn't the right tactics for them. And that's my worry going into this game. If Lascelles is coming out saying things like that, saying we need to be more defensive, what are we going to be like at Wolves? Because Wolves are a decent attacking side, play some lovely football, we all know that. So is it a case of we going down to Wolves again, but we're already in the mindset that we have to defend and maybe try and nick a goal on the break? Because if we do that, we will get launched again. And I really don't want to see that. I don't want to have to put up with that kind of football again, watching Bruce Ball. And, you know, we've all come to call it Bruce Ball now because it's simply just get the ball in the defence, hoof it up the field. Just old style football. It doesn't work and it's not going to work. We have to be a lot more positive going into this game. We have to have a positive lineup. We have to try and go for the jugular. Try and attack. Because we cannot park the bus and defend. And certainly Wolves have got the skillful players to get around us quite easily. So, lineup wise, obviously Darlow is looking like he's going to be starting. I thought it was a muscle injury he got last week, but it was more like a bang on the hip. So, hopefully he'll be fit. Right back, I go back to Manquillo. I do not understand why he didn't play last week. Kraft was caught out numerous times with balls over the top and round him and couldn't cope with the pace of Rashford at all. So I'd go back to Manquillo. Central defence, we know who he's going to go with. He's going to go with Lascelles and Fernandez again. Even though Lascelles is playing rotten dog football at the moment, he'll still put the captain in simply because he's captain. And we know that Steve Bruce doesn't have the balls to make big decisions. So I can't see him changing the central defence. I think he'll go obviously with Jamal Lewis at left back again. I don't think he'll go with a 5 because if he does that, we'll get crucified. We will just get crucified. Now midfield wise, it's really hard to tell because last week, of course, we expected Hendrick to be on the right. He ended up putting Hayden on the right. Just no. He's got to start Fraser or Almiron. He has to. Joe Linton seems to be flavour of the month again, so I think Joe Linton will play in the number 10 role. So that means Almiron or Fraser on the right-hand side. Take your pick. Personally, I'd probably go with Fraser on the right-hand side simply because he's in form at the moment. He's playing well and we need to see what he can do. You know, he's never started yet, and that's the thing. He's got the game time in now. He's fit. Play him. It's what he was brought in for in the first place. If it was me, I'd go for Almiron in the number 10 role all day long. All day long. But we know this is Steve Bruce, and I'm pretty sure he'll go with Joe Linton again, but I'd love to see Almiron in the number 10 role. Middle of the park, I think he'll do the same again. He'll go with Shelvey and Hayden. Now, whether he decides to go 5 in midfield, who knows? But if he may well play Shelvey, Hendrick and Hayden all in the middle. But we'll see. and then just abandon the number 10 role altogether and just have Maximan on the left, Fraser on the right, and the 3 central midfielders with Callum Wilson up front. So it's hard to see what he goes for, whether he'll stick with this 4-4-2-ish kind of formation. But one thing's for certain, whichever team he plays, we need those attacking players to be given the roles that they're good at. And by that I mean they need to be attacking. They need to be playing the football that they know they can play, instead of being restricted to sitting behind the ball and trying to catch teams on the break. Because it's not working, it's not going to work, not against the better teams, because they'll be prepared for anything. And certainly sitting behind the ball, Wolves will tear us apart, because they've got the players to do that. We all know they have. And we can't take that lightly, because they are so good at picking teams off. Whereas Steve Bruce, will he have done his homework this time? You know, or will he just say, well, we were good last time out, we'll try the same 11 again? Because he's got a habit of doing that, hasn't he? And it just, as if he just doesn't watch who he's up against in the next match. And that's the biggest worry of all. He doesn't study the opposition. Because if he did, he wouldn't have played the tactics or formation or players that he did against Manchester United. I'm just worried that he thinks last week's performance, the way he was talking in his interview, saying, well, we were unlucky, we were right in the game until the 86th minute or whatever it was. Does that mean he actually thought we played well? So that's the worry for me. If he thinks we played well, is he going to go with the majority of players that he thinks played well in that game? It's a huge worry. And it's going to be very, very interesting come 3:30 on Sunday afternoon to see exactly what his team lineup is. Because are we going to be looking at a team lineup and thinking, well, where the hell's such and such playing, or where's he going to put him? And you know, that's what we've been doing literally every single game this season. So hopefully he'll stop putting players in the wrong positions, he'll play them in the right positions and actually try and win a game of football. That's the big thing for me. Do I think we'll win on Sunday? No, I have to be honest, I don't. I'd love to sit here and say, yes, I think we'll absolutely win the game. But can you honestly, hand on heart, say that you are confident of Newcastle winning at Wolves at the moment with the manager and the way he plays? You've got to be honest with yourselves. I would love Newcastle to win on Sunday. I never want them to lose. But wanting them to win and do I think they'll win are two separate things. I don't think we will win. Unless Steve Bruce changes his mindset completely and actually tries a bit of positivity in the team and actually goes to win the game. If he lets our forwards have free roles to do what they're good at, then maybe we can. But we all know that Steve Bruce is not that kind of manager. He hasn't got the balls to do it, and he hasn't got the balls to make the big decisions. And that's where we fall down. But who knows? Could be doing the review on Monday thinking, what a performance. Fingers crossed that is the case. Because I'd love to get 3 points. It'd be a nice feeling to get 3 points and keep in that top half of the table. But it's all down to how Bruce sets up, isn't it? We will see. But thank you very much for watching. Obviously, I'll be doing the review of the match on Monday. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining in this video. And if you like what you've seen, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Loads of videos coming up on this channel. Like I said on a previous video, I want to try and make it a big football community, this channel. Talking about the Premier League, Newcastle, any football and news, and discuss it in the comments below. If you've come back and you've subscribed, thank you very much. In the meantime, enjoy the weekend, whatever you do. Stay safe, enjoy the football, and I'll catch you on the review on Monday. Take care.
Be strong.